And Pete Peterson, a last word from you briefly. Do you see some spaces where there is real dialogue?
Yeah, I'm a great fan of the organization called Braver Angels, used to be known as Better Angels. They actually use the concepts of marriage therapy into bringing together conversations with people across the left and right to not only better understand each other, but to talk through very polarizing policy issues and also to focus on things that are more local level, which I think is so important to, in some ways, disconnecting us from these federal issues. To think more about what's going on locally where we can find issues of agreement.
All right, some positive news at the end of our discussion.
The whole notion of free speech and open debate is at the very heart of the American philosophy, and something that I think is increasingly consequential on university campuses, where there has been some challenge to free speech in the recent decade.
I am pleased to see that many colleges and universities are now recognizing that they have an indispensable role in teaching students how to engage in civil discourse. This should be a college-level outcome that all students are expected to meet during their 4 years, or 2 years in my case, at their respective institutions.
I would say that at George Washington University and in its Civic House program, we're really trying to build a community of students who care about public engagement. And that is a hard thing to do in the age of Zoom, in the age of teaching online. So Braver Angels was just the perfect program for doing that, because it really gave us very concrete framework in which to think about talking with people who feel differently than us.
I think what I've really enjoyed as an instructor is watching students who have completely divergent perspectives on incredibly controversial issues come together to plan an event where all of those perspectives can be expressed.
Our students selected the topic of the Supreme Court and the future of the Supreme Court as the matter for debate. And they did that because they recognize that it's an issue that's right at the center of our politics right now, that is inflaming a lot of passions, and that would really benefit from some constructive dialogue with each other rather than sort of shouting at each other.
My whole experience with this debate, and then just like my experience at George Washington alone, has really reshaped the way I've viewed debates. I feel like no longer viewing them as like some sort of hostile circle where just tension grows. It's more of like a civil discussion, and people listen and they have actual meaningful conversations. So I just really appreciate the ability to get a better view of what a debate looks like.
It was really important to have guidance through this process, and having the Braver Angels and really ACTA team available to us in the way they were was worth gold. You know, I don't have the bandwidth or frankly the expertise to have set this up on my own, and letting the students be able to connect with ACTA and really walk through the process was a huge help.
I would say that there is no more valuable partnership that we at Braver Angels have than our partnership with ACTA. It's just been incredible. It's incredibly fruitful. It's enabled us to take one of our most promising programs and really make it flourish, really make it fly. This partnership has enabled us to go to an order of magnitude better programming and larger scale than we would have been able to do alone.
I think that the debates that we're putting on are both representative of what democracy should look like, and also an opportunity for students and young people to be equipped with the tools of constructive engagement civility. And I think that speaks to the fact that if we scale these debates and grow them, there's tremendous potential for a reinvigoration of civic engagement in college campuses.
If you look at the polarization in this country, if you look at what employers are saying about increased conflict in the workplace over really controversial social issues, it demonstrates that these skills are needed now, possibly more than ever.